Before I start, I want you to look at the picture of this gentleman. He was the ninth president of the United States, and before he became the president, William Henry Harrison in 1840 he said, and I quote, "I believe that all the measures of the government are directed to the purpose of making rich richer and poor poorer." Hi everyone, this is Gaurav. In today's video I'm going to talk about how do I see a prospect of sell right people, or we also know them as a middle class people. So before I move further, I want you to look at these pictures which I have for you. The first, the second, and the third. So all these three pictures, if you see the what I can take out of these pictures, if you see, the major portion of the wealth is held by the very minimum number of people. Now, when I say I'm not talking about how talented they are or how capable they are. I'm talking about what portion of the wealth they should hold and what portion of the wealth they should not. So this video is not to upset you but to educate you about the global economy scenarios that is working around you, so you can make your financial decisions wisely. Next, move to the next slide. Now, so the content of the video is going to be who exactly are rich. I am referring to how rich they are, and who and how they are getting help, who are helping them. Okay, so one cannot retain their position at so high without getting help from anybody. And why, if they are getting rich, so why sell right class people or the middle class people, they are getting poorer? Not just only this, I'm also going to share some ways that you can save yourself, you can guard yourself. What's that systematic scam happening all around us? Okay, so let's begin with. So the rich, when I say rich, I'm talking about the people who owns these 500 Fortune companies in different shape and form. Their board of directors, their CEOs, their MDs, their major stakeholders, and so on. So I have taken out the snap of top 20 companies. The first one is Walmart. It's the largest retail chain store in United States. And the 20th company I have is that's a Bank of China, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, resides in China. Now, if you want to check the full list of 500 companies, I'm going to put the link in the description box. You can go ahead and click on it, and you can take the reference from there. Now let's move to the next slide. So these are before I do that, these are the top 10 countries which holds the maximum number of companies out of the 500 Fortune companies. So till the last year, the United States was at the first place, but now China it holds the first place. China, United States, then followed by the Japan, and so on. Now, so how it all start? Okay, I'm going to share some data and a graph and verified documents with you to support my argument. So it all started back in 1973 with the oil crisis. This is what happened because of the OPEC countries. Then a great recession that took place in 2008. After that, the US-China trade war between China and United States. And the last and the most important is COVID-19. Now, you might ask, these are the disaster which has seen by the human civilization. Now, how these disaster can make somebody rich? Okay, so the oil crisis, the Great Recession, trade war, and the COVID-19, it brought down economy throughout the world drastically. Now, so the systematic way to make certain people of everyone started in 1973. Now you may ask how major economic drawdown incident helped them to reach where I'm on edge of losing my job. So every time these kind of incidents happen, most of us they suffers a lot. But there are certain count of people they do not suffer at all. Even they make most out of it. So now, every time this situation happen, the challenges rose against the government. How do they find the solution? They just keep on printing money. So oil crisis happened, they printed money. The Great Recession happened, they printed money. Trade war, they printed money. And a COVID-19 situation happened, they printed money. Like they print money like an insane person. They become a bonkers. They don't know. That's the easiest solution they can find, and they keep on printing money. Now you would say, Gaurav, if they are printing money, what's wrong with that? So how do I say this? Wrong is that when the money was printed, it was supposed to distribute it equally among all the classes of the society. If not exactly, at least there has to be a certain proportion, so it can reach all the population, so they can manage they can survive the situation. But how it works when government keeps on printing money, it actually debt on the bank. Money, you would say, what's wrong with printing money? If you are keep on printing money, if any government keep on printing money, that's a debt on the bank, and at the end that's a debt on the government, on the people. Now this is how the pictures look. We cannot see these weight, but this is what it actually lies among us. So now let's proceed with the next slide. Okay, so if you keep on printing money, if you keep on falling debt, the result it happens, the outcome is the inflation. Okay, now what's inflation? If you see, so this is the inflation. Now this is a picture which I could have found to elaborate the situation. Now you printed unlimited money, and you distributed the money without any idea, without any proper plan. Then what at the end you got nothing. Next slide I have. So if inflation rises, it is getting very hard to buy even aloo, pyaz and tomato. If you go in the market, check, the prices are at the historical level high, and the price of the commodities, gold, oil, silver, and for that matter beans, they are at the record high. People cannot keep themselves quiet for a long, so they ask questions to the government. So government, they have to answer. Okay, so how do they answer? How do they answer? They say, to tackle the inflation, we have to accelerate the growth. Now here the actual game start. So you would say, what's wrong, Gaurav, with that? Growth is a very great idea. I mean, we should grow, our company should grow, our industry should grow. No, nothing is wrong. You are 100% correct. But my argument is that it is wrong when the money did not go exactly the place where it was supposed to go. Now, if you grow, industry of the given territory is supposed to grow. Now how government help them? They support big businesses. They give them loan on zero or almost very minimum rates. They provide them tax rebate. They give them lower interest rate to the super richest people. You would assume sometimes you pay more percentage of the interest rate on your salary than the richest person can do, because they have different flexibility. Just to give you an example, so the CEOs usually they do not take salaries in money or in numbers, rather than they take stocks or shares of the given company. If they take salary, they're supposed to pay somewhere around 30% of the tax of their income. But if they take shares, and if they try to liquidate that share in the future, they just have to pay around 10 to 15% of tax on the liquidation of the share. Now the flexibility of the minimum wage policies. So most of the countries, most of the developing or a developed economy, they do have a minimum wages policy, but they have very flexibility. Government give them flexibility in order to boost the industrialization, but where it ends very drastically. And most of us, like, we are working in some kind of industry or some kind of company, and I want you to ask yourself how much salary rise that you were given during this COVID situation. And I'm sure 80 to 90% of the people would say around 8 to 10%. But if you see the flip side of the story, you are getting the rise of 8 to 10% annually, but opposite to that, the inflation which is happening, that's around 6 to 5% per year. So technically you are getting 2 to 3% of yearly rise. And top of that, if I just show you the data, so this is the data. So if you see the graph from 2010 to 2020, this is what's supposed to happen in ideal situation. The upper green line, which is the 99% of the population of this entire globe, and the red line is the 1% of the population of this entire globe. These lines supposed to meet at some point like this. These lines supposed to meet at some point here or here, and they're supposed to follow in this parallel manner. This should have been the ideal situation. This is not the ideal situation. This is what is happening. The gap between the bottom 99% and the top 99% is getting, wider and wider. This is not the ideal situation. This was not supposed to happen. Now in the next slide, if you see the earning potential of the different class of people, so the bottom 90%, they have the increment potential of 26%, and then followed by the 90th and 95 percentile of people, 51, and the 5%, which is 95 to 99, technically 4%, they hold 75%. But if you see the increase growth of the top 1%, it's 160.3%. It's insane. I mean, 99% of the population, they are just not growing at the pace the top 1% of the population is growing. Okay, now if I just move to the next slide, so let me show you how do I make you. Okay, let me erase this first. Okay, gone. Sorry for that. Okay, so I have taken out the snap of the Elizabeth Warren. She's a very active senator in United States and very vocal about economical situation. A few weeks back, around 10th of February, she wrote, one clear explanation for higher inflation is that the giant corporations are exploiting their market power further rise prices, and corporate executives are bragging about their high profit. Now, so she what she meant to say, let me decode it for you. She said that inflation, it can be controlled, but the CEOs and the top people which are linked with the corporates, they are not getting the price low, because they are earning insane amount of profit out of it. Now another person is Robert Rich. What he says: with the corporate profit at the 70% year high, why is the inflation? So if you check out the corporate, the big companies, I would not take the names, but just pick any companies out of for 500 Fortune companies and see their profit. I mean, post COVID, they have record the highest profit ever they could have made in the history. And now if I just move to then, this is what's happening. So after pandemic, this is the situation. The people, the rich people, they're getting fatter, and the people, middle class people, they are suffering a lot. Now the next slide is see. So back in this video, I talked about the average salary that what you're getting, and just I'm sorry, I never wanted to take the name of the top CEOs, but this is what the percentage change looks like: 497, 381, 376. Even the bottom top CEO, it got the salary rise of 36%. It's insane. Okay, on the flip side, you're getting salary rise of 8 to 10%. This is what is happening with the top percentile of the people. Now this is a wealth distribution which is in the context of India. So I'll just take you to the last bars, which is of 2021. If you see, the top 1% of the population, they holds 33% of the income. Now the most amazing and the most scary at the same time the factor is, if you see, these are the bottom 50%. Their income by the year on year, they are getting lower. I mean, this period, it has been the scariest period for the people. Now 6.966 and 5.9, and in the opposite direction, the top 1% of the people, now look at the data of their income: 23.5, 23.6, 30, 31, 31.7, 33%. So year on year, the top 1% of the income, they it rising like anything, and the bottom 50% of the peoples, they are suffering a lot. Let's move to the next slide. Now what is the solution? So this is what actually I want to talk about. So the happening which is happening in all around the world, it is happening in the very systematic and in a very legal way that you cannot save yourself out of it. But I have tried to figure out some solution which can help you to avoid this, and which can help you to keep yourself above the remaining percentile of the people who are suffering. So now try to find out where our rich people are investing in. Whether they are investing in stocks, we are investing in bonds, they are investing in debt bonds, they are investing in cryptos, they are investing in commodities. Try to find out and invest your money in that spectrum. And the next, try to find out how to save taxes, because the major portion of the rich people, they save money by finding out the way to save taxes. In yourself, try to figure out the ways where you can save taxes as much as you can. And the next thing, which is the most important thing, I would say, for this for the people, for the sell right people like you and me, switch around, shop around. Okay, do not I repeat, do not stick with the one company. Do not love your company because you are not married to that company. Try to find out a better job, a better place, upskill yourself. Okay, full your CV with the skills, and negotiate your salary with the hiring HR as much as you can. Do not stick with a company more than a year or two, until unless you have any particular agenda with that company. Do not stick with company, switch your company. Keep looking for the company which can pay you the more. At the end, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it will help you a lot, and thank you so much for being with me so long. And please do like, comment, share and subscribe this channel, and for more information, stay tuned. Thank you.